While Phantasy Star II may not be remembered for its diverse and interesting gimmicks, it goes without saying that these gimmicks played a major role in the way that the game was played. From almost any aspect of this game since the beginning of your journey, it's made apparent that it may be a bit challenging, or a bit long. Of course though, over the years, people have found methods to stretch the boundaries of this game in order to save time. One such method that people discovered was Arbitrary Code Execution. In order to understand the glitch, we may need to refresh ourselves on what Arbitrary Code Execution really does. Every system has an instruction pointer that points to the current part of the program that is being executed. Our goal is to convince the instruction pointer to point to a piece of memory that is under our control. Generally, the game program is ROM, while the parts of the game that we can manipulate are RAM. Being able to manipulate RAM isn't always possible for every game. However, if manipulating a game's RAM is possible, you could hypothetically move the instruction pointer to point to a piece of memory in the game that you've already altered in order to get a specific result. In this case, the goal is to warp to the end credits, and you're about to see how that's possible. The runner I'll be looking at today is Veo. More information about Veo and Arbitrary Code Execution will be in the description. Because of a glitch that's only available on the Japanese version of this game, Veo will be running that version. Veo begins the game in a cutscene and will be unable to move his character until after he's acquired his first party member. The first person we encounter in this speedrun is the governor, who wants us to go around and do tasks for the city, but it's not relevant at all to the speedrun. Our character then walks into his house and is unable to leave until he lets his friend Nay join him on his journey. Now that we've acquired our first party member, Veo is free to take control over the main character. The first thing that Veo does is discard his character's entire inventory. Veo then enters the central tower and goes into one of the rooms so that he can speak to the bagging attendant. This is where things get interesting. In this room, you are given two choices. You can either choose to leave your items here for the bagging attendant so that you can pick them up later, or you can pick up items that you've already deposited. Veo chooses the option to give his items to the bagging attendant. If you try to store items for later using somebody's inventory that doesn't have any items, the baggage attendant will say that he doesn't see anything, and you will be booted from the central tower. However, if you select somebody's inventory while they have items, then back out and select someone's inventory that doesn't have any items, you'll be given a glitched version of that character's inventory. This inventory allows us to manifest items from specific values in the game's memory, and likewise allows us to edit the game's RAM. Depositing an item here will allow our character to maintain the same glitched inventory when he leaves the central tower. Veo manifests Daram's daughter by giving her to Nay, who has a functioning inventory. Daram is a bounty hunter who won't let us pass unless we have his daughter. However, since we do, it's not a problem for us. However, before we get to Daram, we need to make our way to the next city. He makes his way to the city after buying a few items that will be useful later. Veo only has one random encounter with the enemies on his way there, which doesn't lose too much time. Going to this town for the first time causes another party member to be at our house, so Veo quickly leaves. Afterwards, Veo goes back to the tunnel so that the party can give Daram his daughter back, and so they can move forward. After entering and exiting the next city, Veo uses an item that he bought earlier at the shop to warp back to his house. The first person that wants to join our team is a man named Rudolph Steiner, and the next is a woman named Amy, both of whom will be equipped on our team. Veo then opens a menu to change the order of the party. Holding up and then exiting the order menu will corrupt the player's party. We take this glitched party into the central tower so that we can perform the inventory glitch one more time. We then make our way to the armor shop so that we can purchase several items and execute the code needed to take us to the credits. This concludes a credits warp using Arbitrary Code Execution in Phantasy Star II. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.